have to wake up, turn around and take a pill just to be able to get off and get out my bed. I'm not saying I couldn't get out of my bed before, but it was way harder and it was longer. And now the way it works is I just take the pill and I can wait about 15 minutes and then I'll be up, which is pretty much how you guys usually work. If I'm not mistaken, you guys can get up when you wake up usually, right? Am I mistaken? I don't know. I don't feel normal. I will never feel normal because it's not explainable. I have days where I feel like I'm like, oh my god, I can finally do so many things, and other days where I'm like, I don't want to get out of the house. Hi everyone, welcome to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Nancy Tigress, and if you've already been here before, then welcome back. So today we are doing a more serious story time. Now, I'm gonna say one thing. This video is probably the third or fourth time that I'm filming it. I wish I was exaggerating, but I'm not, and I think this time is the real one. So we're gonna start from the beginning, which is when I was a teenager. I am going to do the story time and you are gonna learn at the same time that I learned. Let's start. So when I was a teenager, I would go to high school and I was always thinking like, oh, I might not be a morning person because I would wake up and I'd be very extremely tired and I would never want to wake up. During the weekends, I would sleep like until my mom would be like, okay, that's enough. Like it's supper time or it's lunchtime. Now you need to get up. Or until I'd have or if I had something special going on, then I would like want to wake up. But for the most part, I was a sleeper. And at school, I was always extremely tired and yawning, and I would move in my chair and I was like trying not to fall asleep. And to be honest, at some point during my high school, which is probably during the end, I did start to completely just sleep in classes because I remember doing it once where I was like, I can't do this anymore. I fell asleep and I didn't get in trouble. So I was like, wow. Okay. I would have so much trouble concentrating. I would have so much trouble with my memory. And every time I would tell my parents about it, they think that like, yeah, you have selective memory. You just didn't want to do it. And I would try to explain to them. And back then, when I was, I think in 6th grade, I fell on my head real bad, where I actually blacked out a little bit. And I went to the hospital after school. I kept saying, oh, it's because I bumped my head, because that's what I thought it was, because I remember bumping my head extremely hard. So you know, like the long benches with like 2 things here, but they're all wood and they have 2 things here. So I was standing on one and I thought it'd be a good idea to try and dunk a basketball. But what happened is the bench went this way and my head went that way, and behind was a brick wall. So I bumped my head so hard, I blacked out, and like for a few seconds I remember getting up and I was like, why is everyone already sitting? Like the game was over. There was like, everyone was sitting and the teacher was coming out of class of his office, and I was like, whoa. And I just went to sit and I was like, whoa, what? Wow. And after that I just stayed in school. But after, when I tried to go to the hospital and explain, it was like kind of too late. But anyways, and I was okay, so I'm okay. But then I kept blaming my memory loss for that. Now, I thought, you know, I am a teenager and I go out late, I come home late, and I'm just a normal teenager. I'm not a morning person. And then I became an adult, and then I was like, well, I party, you know, I go out to clubs, I go dancing, I drink, so that's why I'm always tired. I was always blaming it on something. Until a day where I was so sick and tired of being tired. I don't even know how to explain it, but I was like, this isn't normal. Like, it's not normal. So I went to see a doctor and he took blood works and he was like, you're fine. I was like, I'm not fine. I know I'm not fine. So I went to see another doctor, and until I think I went 2 or 3 doctors, then I went to see my family doctor, which was about an hour away, and I was like, screw it, I'm going to see him. And he did take a little more time with me, and he took some tests and stuff, and he said, well, you have a low blood pressure and you have hypoglycemia, which I do have hypoglycemia, because if I don't eat, I get these crazy symptoms, which is I start shaking, I start having nausea and headaches, and then I can't control myself, and I can even black out. Like, it gets to a point where it's like crazy scary and insane and intense. So I do have to eat regularly. I always try to have a granola bar on me and all that stuff. So anyways, now living with this for years. I'm an adult now, guys, so it's been years. So we're gonna say, I think it was about, did I have my son, was I pregnant or after I was, yeah. Someone during my pregnancy or after, or you know, around that, someone says, I have low blood pressure and I have nothing like the symptoms you're describing. And I was like, really? Okay. So I had found a doctor who was taking care of me, not my family doctor, someone else who was taking care of me for my pregnancy, and afterwards, oh my gosh, please don't throw my lamp on the floor. My cat, sorry. So she was amazing. I'm so sad that she took her retirement after, because clearly she was like the most, like, she would take care of me the whole time. She would ask, like, during my pregnancy, after, she was always like, how are you? And she would take some time with me and ask questions and really want to know and really figure out. And I remember telling her when I had my son in my hand how so tired I was, and I was like this all my life, and I actually battled with depression. Battle. It's an ongoing thing, because if you have any idea how, you know, when some people say, oh, I'm so tired, and I'm like, you have no idea. Being tired to the point that I am, and I'm really gonna try not to cry right now, is so freaking hard. I'm trying not to cry, I'm sorry. I'm just trying to keep it in. So I have had depression for years now, which is on and off. I can't say that it's every day. I can't say that it's extensive. I do have better days than others. Remember this, I'm having trouble talking right now. I do have better days than others, which is the same thing with my sleep. Some days I'm a little less tired than others, and sometimes I'm more tired. Now, she looked at me and she said, because I was telling her like all the symptoms I had, like how crazy tired I've been for years, like crazy, like it's inexplicable. Telling her how heavy I feel, how it's hard to get up in the morning, how I just want to sleep all day, how it's driving me completely insane. So she tells me that she was gonna start testing me for some sleep problems, which, like, why doesn't all the doctors just listen like her? Like, I've been telling those doctors the same thing, but they just like brush it off. Or maybe it's just because it's starting to get known, which is finally, guys, because I've lived this for so long. I have lived this with this disease for so long. I don't know why I'm doing this, sorry. And it's so hard. Now, the first test that they made me take was the sleep apnea, which I'm good, I don't have that. Actually, no, they did the heart, because I was telling her that I was diagnosed with low blood pressure. So they took a test with the blood pressure. I had a 24-hour machine stuck on me. It starts every 30 minutes, all day, and during the night, it's every hour.
I told you everything.
Oh my god, my arm. I hate this. But at least I'm doing stuff to know what I have. I'm good, guys. My heart's fine. My blood pressure isn't that bad. So when I do have these moments of faint, it is not necessarily because of my blood pressure. And this is where you're gonna start understanding as I go. Because the way I was describing is when I would get like really excited and I would like, woo, do something like that, my blood would start rushing so much and I would start having like fainting or whatever. So that's why I thought it was that. And she said it wasn't that bad. And I do remember saying I didn't have that much faints moment. Like, I don't actually think I had some for the 24 hours. Might have a few, but they were really low. And she said, doesn't matter, it's fine. So then she made me go to a hospital for a night. And they plugged me on my head, on my chest, on my arms, on my legs. Like, I had like wires everywhere. They wanted to make sure, so they gave me a test to do at home again with the breathing thing. They wanted me to test the machine where it's like oxygen goes in your nose, in your lungs while you're sleeping. They asked me how I felt. I was like, bleh, didn't change much. So they're like, okay, on to the next. Then they brought me to the hospital for a day sleep. So the way they were doing, and this is pretty intense, and by the way, they're long. So it's not like one test, one test, one test. It's like a test, you wait a few months, a test, you wait a few months. So this has been a long time ago. Like, the process has started a long time ago. So it's an hour and a half where you're just like doing things and you can't be lying down in bed. You have to be like reading or like whatever you do. You want to walk around, you want to eat, you're doing things in the room. And then they make you sleep for 20 minutes. And they do that 4 times. So an hour and a half, 20 minutes, an hour and a half, 20 minutes. Pretty intense because you're like, okay, I have to sleep, I have 20 minutes, I have 20 minutes. So the first 1 or 2 times I couldn't sleep because I was like just thinking, oh my god, and I was exhausted. I was like, yes, I get to sleep, but I couldn't sleep because I'm like, oh my god, they're gonna open the door and then I'm gonna have to like be like, sorry. Then they bring me back to the doctor and they say, okay, so this is what we think you have, but we're gonna run a few more tests just to make sure. The next thing that I had was a watch. So I had a watch that I had to wear for 2 weeks. And what it did, it was just taking my blood pressure, it was taking my blood pressure, it was taking my sleep routine, it was taking my sleep, like it was saying when I was going down, when I was going up, like the high, like deep sleep, high sleep, whatever it is. It was taking everything. And I think I was taking oxygen. I don't remember, but I know I was taking things down for them. So that, a blood test, and another sleeping in the day one. So I had another time where I had to go sleep during the day for like 20 minutes, 1 hour and a half, which was the way they finally found out what I had. So they made the night one, and then they made the day one. Specific questions, and I was like, yeah, and they finally were able to diagnose me. And now they were asking me example like, how tired are you when you're sitting down? How tired are you when you're standing up? How, like, from 1 to 10. From 1 to 10, probability that you'll fall asleep watching a movie. From 1 to 10, probability of you falling asleep in a car. 1 to 10. And they were asking about my memory, how tired I am, sleep paralysis, depression, hallucination, how my nighttime sleep were, do I have cataplexy, was I fainting, and all those things. Now, yes to all. So I am actually diagnosed with narcolepsy. And I say that and I can't even believe it. It's weird. If you haven't heard about this, I will put a small short video that I found. I think it was made from a university, or anyways, I'll put it down below and you could go check that video out. Pretty, like, I've been sending it to a few people these past, like, since I found it, to help people understand a little bit what I have, because people don't understand. Like, every time I explain to them how I feel, it's hard to explain. Feeling heavy, having hard time to wake up, like, so I'll explain a little bit. The cataplexy is when you're losing your body, you can't control your body. So for example, sometimes I'll stand up and my whole body will just, I'll just fall. Like, I'll get really dizzy, I'll start to see black, and I'll just fall. Or sometimes it's a high, for example, like, I know right now I'm a little tired, so if I do like go woo, like really excited, I probably will have that faint moment because I'm a little tired because I went to see some friends yesterday and I went to bed late. So with all the times that I've had it, I've known to know myself and how I'm gonna be if I do certain things. So now I know that today I'm having a semi-bad day because I'm a little tired from yesterday. I went to bed late. But if I do like go to bed and have like my 8 hours, I go to bed at certain hours, wake up at certain hours. Like, if I have like a good routine, I eat very well. If I eat really bad, I'll know that the next day I'll have a lot of trouble. So it's like I've known myself and how everything's gonna be. This is gonna be such a long video, I'm so sorry. So being vegan has helped a lot. Doing the yoga has helped a lot, but I still, like, right now I was doing my yoga and I was yawning the whole time. Like, I'm the person who yawns at the gym. Yes, I'll do an hour of cardio and like gym and like the whole intensive thing, and the whole time I'll be yawning. That's just me. Like, and you'll if you watch the video, you'll understand it's not because of my sleep pattern. It's literally here in my brain. There is something missing that doesn't give the alert that I've slept or that I'm awake or whatever. So it's called hypocretin, and that so there's nothing I can do about it. And the sucky part about it is that there's literally no cure. The only thing they can do is give me some freaking medications, which, by the way, we'll do another video of why I stopped. A whole other video. I don't know if it's permanent. I can't say that I've stopped permanently, but I can make another video to explain you why I stopped for the time that I'm stopping for. Okay, so now you might understand a little bit sometimes why, so, you know, I'll be like, ooh, I can't talk, you know, ooh, I'm so tired I can't talk. Like, I'll have these moments where you're like, I'll say something and it won't come out at all like it's supposed to, and that's a symptom of cataplexy. Memory is a symptom because I literally don't feel refreshed ever. So how are you supposed to keep stuff in, your concentration and your memory, if you can't, you're not sleeping, like you're not feeling refreshed? So it's harder for me to remember things and to do things than other people. And I wrote some notes because, like I said, I don't want to forget anything. So yeah, the hallucinate, oh my gosh, I'm gonna tell you this story real fast. One time, like I think it was last year, I remember like I was waking up and I saw right there this humongous spider. Like it was so big and I freaked out, but it's an hallucination, but it looks so freaking real. And that's another symptom. Like I said, it looked so freaking real that I was just trying to hide it. Like I was just trying to hide my, like push myself, but I'm half asleep, half awake. So I'm just like trying to move away from the spider. Crazy. So by the time that it started like going away, I was like, my heart was beating. It was so freaking scary. Like you kind of know that it's not real, but you don't, because it looks so real and it's literally moving. So anyways, so that's like one of the things, the hallucinations. Sleep paralysis, that's something I've lived forever, for a long time, since I was a teen. And that's another thing I could explain. So pretty much you wake up, but your body still thinks you're sleeping. So when you're sleeping, your body goes like in a paralysis, so you don't hurt yourself, fall off the bed and all that stuff. So your body just doesn't move when you're sleeping. But what happens is that my conscious or whatever, I'll wake up, but my body still is in the sleep mode, so I can't move. It is so freaking scary. And a lot of the people who have sleep paralysis will also, it depends on your beliefs, but you know, you might think that you're waking up in the spirit world, or you might just think that it's a hallucination, but we'll see some people around you, on you. And so that's another thing that's really freaky. Sorry, I just saw something. Oh goodness, you guys are gonna be so freaked out by me. I'm sorry. You're gonna understand so much things now when you watch my Instagram or when you watch my videos. You'll see like sometimes my energy, there you go, my energy level will be so much better so much better days than others, and that's something that you'll notice, or you have noticed, but you thought nothing of. So that is one thing that you might see and you'll be like, oh, now I know. So it happens sometimes, like, oh my god, one time it was so bad. I remember like I walked to the door and I think I put my cat to go out or in the house, and when I made it from here to my door, which is a pretty big step, and when I opened the door, which is the craziest part ever, because I opened my door and my son was here on top of it, which I think it was last summer, a year ago. All of a sudden I start seeing black, my legs start shaking because I can't stay up, my whole muscle tone is gone and I can't stay up, and I fall to the ground. And I force myself, I'm trying so much not to faint, because all I'm thinking is like my son's calling me and asking me stuff, my door's open, I'm just freaking the F out. I don't know how long I might go, so I'm just trying not to. And the thing that I've realized about the faint part is that if you let go, most of the time, if I go to the floor directly, I save myself from the faint. So if I force it, like I was trying to force it so my body was even worse, as soon as I fell to the floor and I let go and I stopped forcing myself, it took a few seconds and I got back. So that's one thing that I've known a lot about it. Like I'll fall to the floor and I'll be good like after a few seconds. But it's crazy because I have some days where I just know I can't be running and having this excitement, like I have to take it a little notch down, and there's other days will I'll be completely good. Same thing for my depression. Like right now today, I'm feeling good. I know that I just got dizzy. I know that I went to bed at 4 a.m. so now I'm getting a lot of dizziness. I have a headache. I'm more tired than usual. I'm not feeling depressed. I am a little bit because I'm talking about it. Like I got depressed because of, you know, I'm doing this video, but not depressed. I mean, it's affecting me emotionally, but I'm not today in a depressed mood. Most of the time there is a week in a month, TMI, where that will be the worst. So recently I just finished it. So recently was like the worst. So I had like 1 or 2 days that I was in my PJ with like yucky hair. I say yucky hair, but I mean I had a ponytail, didn't do my makeup, I, you know, was in bed, I just felt like sleeping and crying, and so that was recently. Now I'm back. But yeah, those days are the worst because those are like the time of the month where it's like worse for us, where we just feel like eating chocolate, crying in bed. And for me it's even worse because it takes so much energy for me. It takes so much effort, so much energy, and oh gosh. Trying to think if I forgot something or not, because this is like such a long thing. And then when I finally was diagnosed, then it was the whole thing of like trying to find a pill that works for you, and that was like such a crazy story. And we could do that on another story, like I mean like the whole like taking the medication and like why I'm off, like we could do like a whole other story because this video is getting way too long. But anyway, so this is the thing that I've had with like headaches, migraines, tiredness, dizziness, faint, no energy. And you know, the good thing is that my son is at an age right now that he kind of understands, he knows. So I have figured out a way to do this as a mom that works well. And like I said, I was on a medication for a long time, so I would like, yeah, maybe too long. With time, I have learned how to live my life with this, and I have learned how to live my life with this, how the days, and you know, I have learned about it, I have learned how to live with it, and I'm never ever gonna tell you that this is something that I want to live with. I do not want to live with this. If ever there's a cure, I will be one running to that freaking cure. You have no idea how this so how this is hard. And you can check online, you can check out other people who's going through this. It's so bad, guys. Every time someone says, oh, I'm so tired, I'm just like, yeah. Help and educate other people who might have friends or themselves have this, you know, to just be like, hey, it will get better. There's something you can do, and hopefully one day they will have a cure. And for now, we just help each other out, okay? Just help each other out. I really believe there's different levels, and there's levels where it's like you can pass out any moment, anywhere, just like this. And then you have somewhere just like I could pass out anywhere. I could sleep anywhere. But unless I like lie down, and you know, it won't happen. Like this video, comment down below. I want to know about you guys. I want to know, should I post this video? Oh my god, why am I already thinking that I should not post it? I'm already finished filming it for my 3rd time, and I'm already debating on it. This is insane. Thank you guys for watching. We're gonna make a part 2. We're gonna make another video about this. I hope you enjoyed. Make sure you subscribe, hit the bell notification, give this video a like, and I hope to see you for my next video. Bye for now. Make sure you don't worry about me also, please. Don't worry about me. Okay.
C'est quoi tu fais? Mathias le médecin.
Oh, careful, buddy.
Fais attention. Doucement, okay?
You can check it out.
He's checking his belly button out with the light.